Last time on the All Out Show, Ginger Banks stopped by to share her experience as a sex worker.
People would pay me like $5,000 to go on a date with me, non-sexual date. So it's taking money away from me for sure.
They're fucking up your wallet.
Yeah, and
$5,000 and they don't even get the fuck?
Yeah.
What a chump.
Jude clarified his definition of black in Black, White, or Other.
Damn.
She's from Zimbabwe, which black looking, but technically other. We call people from Africa other.
What?
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I call Jamaicans other. You think motherfuckers from Africa? You think they're American black?
No, they're just African.
Yeah,
So I'm just
different
African,
culture.
but from America.
Different culture.
Yeah, that's all. Like you and John got different cultures.
I know. It's the same reason why we don't count Russians as white. It's just they're on some other shit.
And Amazon's Alexa and Jude got into a little fight over Cheez-Its.
Hey, Alexa, order Cheez-Its.
Amazon's choice for Cheez-Its is Kellogg's Cheez-It Original Baked Snack Crackers.
Don't do
It's
it.
$12.39 total. Would you like to buy it?
Don't do it.
No, Alexa, suck my dick.
Would you like to buy it?
No.
Suppose we could order something.
I don't understand. Sorry, I can't tell if you want to make this purchase or not.
I do not.
Please try again.
Look, they won't even let you not buy. No. Alexa, no. Fuck you. That fucking asshole. She won't take no for an answer.
What happens if you curse at her?
Oh, she's shut down. like most women.
And now, here's Jude with the All Out Show.
Hey now, everybody. It's Wednesday. How's your week going so far? Mine's fucking awesome. Take your fucking time. Baby, you can do it. Take your time. SOS Band. Good group. Half of her songs, she just talks about getting dogged. Want to just be good to me? That's like, that's this one. She's like, I know that you... She's like, I know... You'll never be mine. This one's like, you can fuck other chicks behind my back, but just be good to me. This chick has no self-esteem, but boy, her songs are good. Self-esteem. No one's gonna love you like I do. Another one is The Jam. This is a fucking jam. I want to write this guy a letter. Whoever's dogging her, like, thank you, bro. You shitting on this woman made so many good pop songs, so many good R&B songs. Same with the guy that keeps dogging Adele. She wouldn't have a fucking career if she didn't get shit on. And Taylor Swift. Isn't all of her songs about getting broken up with? Shout out to all those shithead guys out there that have helped make good fucking music. I think A$AP Rocky used this sample in this big breakout song. Begging ass. Tell me if you still care. God, man, this dude fucking dogged her. Oh, we're gonna help you today. Today is self-care. It's self-care day this Wednesday. I got my man Shad Meshad coming in. We like to have him on Memorial Day, but he's gonna be out of town. National Veterans Foundation, where he deals with suicidal vets and vets that just go through it. So we'll have him on, and we'll talk to our veteran listeners. And what would Jude do? That's where I'm fucking helping people once again. Self-healing day. Houston, Texas, I'm going to be there May 19th. That is this Saturday. Signing books. Then after that, I'll be in New York. I'm not signing anything in New York, but I will be out there working from New York. So that's a plus. We're going to be giving away tickets. Bodega Bams. Smoke Doja. Dizzle. I don't know why they don't tell me how to pronounce these names. They know I'm old as hell. We'll be at the Pike Room in Pontiac. We'll be giving out tickets for Monday, May 21st. 5 pairs. If you're in the Michigan area, we got you. Oh my God, she just... Tell me if you still care. Lisa has a question. Hey, Lisa.
Jude, how are you doing? You're one of my favorites.
Awesome. Thank you.
I had a question. I always hear you jamming, and you jam out the hardest of anybody, but I never hear you play any Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I play them in my pill mixes.
Yeah, because to me, like you talking about self-help, anybody who's thinking about cheating needs to listen to After the Morning After by Maze. That'll make you put it in your pants and reconsider some shit.
Make you not cheat.
Yeah, it'll make you think about it real tough before you do it.
How's that go? After the night before. That one?
Yes, yes, you know it.
I know, but I butcher fucking every time I try to re-sing a song to a friend.
After the morning after, not after the night before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good self-help song.
Yeah, Enjoy and Pain, Sunshine and Rain.
Yes, and Happy Feelings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my favorite one of all, Happy Feelings.
Yeah, they're all fucking...
If you want to hear a good song, yeah, Happy Feelings. But I was just wondering, you're one of my people I listen to, so I figured I'd call and ask.
That is a... Wait, yeah, I'm trying to pull up my Maze songs. What I got. And We Are One. That's another good one.
Oh, I like that one, too. And I Can't Get Over You.
Yeah. Yeah. Frankie Bear, they got popular opening up for Marvin Gaye, going on tour, open up for Marvin Gaye. But
well, you know, I always found it interesting that they were one of them and the SOS bands are the two most popular old school R&B groups that every black person know, but not a lot of white people know about them.
I do. Surprise. Surprise.
Well, that's why it's left up to you to school them.
Well, this is there's a Detroit rapper that samples this song well.
Yeah, that's a good song, too.
Yeah, that's my shit. This is my shit. Well, there you go, Lisa.
And mine, too. Thank you very much.
Play a little bit of this for you. Play a little touch of this for you. All right, we got Shad Meshad coming in, talking to the vets. So if you're a vet and you want to get in, stick around. What would Jude do's after that? News. We're doing that shit with John where you're where you prepared for half and then you didn't prepare for the other half. Isn't that right, John?
That was the idea.
We'll let you know which ones he prepared for on Friday. Why are you looking at me like that, John? I don't know. Okay.
Focused on big thoughts.
Here's a Stretch Money use that. This is a Detroit classic from back in the day. Hey, today 742-3345. Actually, you know what? All right, Shade 45. Don't go nowhere, man. Shad Meshad's coming up next.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Would Jude on demand.
Shade 45. We are back with my man Shad Meshad.
Hey, it's good to be back, Jude.
President and founder of National Veterans Foundation. We got a bunch of vets that listen to the show, so it's awesome to have you here. You were here, what, a couple years ago?
Exactly.
And
hard to believe.
I know it seems like just yesterday. Let's talk about why you do what you do. 22 vets a day.
You know, I've been asked that for 47 years. I just did an 8-hour interview for the history of my first national program, the Vet Center program. There are over 300 now. And, I think a lot of it comes out of what I couldn't do in Vietnam as a mental health officer in realizing we were only able to do Band-Aid therapy in a combat zone. And when I came back, I knew that we were all in trouble, particularly, Vietnam vets. We fought the war there and the war coming home. Quite different than today.
Yeah, it was tough because a lot of times the vets, they were drafted into this. They didn't choose it, and then they came home and they were alienated by their own people.
Exactly. It was horrific, but it was a God shot. I ended up out here after several months back in the Southeast and walked into the top dog in the psychiatric world. It's a whole show. But anyway, invited me to evaluate the largest psychiatric VA in the country, which was here in L.A. I wasn't planning on staying here at the time and just passing through with my gal, trying to unwind from the war. And challenged me to find out why vets weren't going to the VA and why they were so disturbed.
Why weren't they going to the VA?
Because it was so bad. There was this they didn't know who the Vietnam vet was. They thought they were like World War II vets, and it was different. It was unpopular. The therapists at the time, many of them were foreign doctors and things. You couldn't, it's all therapy is all about the therapist being able to language with you, understand and listen. A lot of them, just really. In fact, there was a lot of Asian psychiatrists and folks there, and that was not a good thing for combat vets.
It's funny, man. Like, I found myself trying to get a therapist, and I'm top 5% in America. Like, I'm doing pretty well.
You are.
I'm doing pretty goddamn good.
God bless you too.
Yeah.
We need you.
Yeah, and I had a hell of a time getting a therapist. So, you see these guys, they're not rich. They're working class dudes that are like coming back from seeing these atrocities, and it must be very hard to seek help.
It is. I mean, combat vets, remember, it's a machismo world. It's kill or be killed. You're a professional trained killer. That's what your training's about. You come back and there's no transitional counseling, unwinding that. And then in a society that doesn't really welcome you home, not even today, but particularly then. And what do? You self-medicate. You have a few choices, not good choices. And many of them, even today, with 22 suicides a day that we deal with, it still has to do with trauma and how the brain manifested and how therapists need to understand how to treat trauma. You don't go to a podiatrist before a heart problem. And that's kind of, in a lot of ways, the situation. People aren't trained. And even today, one of the top PTSD programs in the country, I was a part of in the beginning, almost 40 years ago. They're shutting it down at the largest VA with 245,000 new veterans coming in and millions here in the state that are suffering, and they're shutting that program down. I've already spoke out. Doesn't make any sense. They're just trying to control it, and they're trying to do it the way it doesn't make sense. That's a whole nother show, and I dedicate this to Leslie and Jim Dwyer, who I hired years ago to take it, and he took it to the mountain, and it's the premier program, and they're moving it out. So I don't understand a lot of things. I just keep doing what I'm doing. I try to get to as many as I can.
It's crazy. Like I've have people close to me that went to the Army and were actually top dog in their position, and they come back here and the only jobs they get is fucking firefighter. And there's nothing wrong with being a firefighter, but it's like, they're overqualified. They're overqualified for a lot of these jobs, and they just can't. There's no room for them in society in a way.
And if they have PTSD, it's not healthy to go in police and fire or whatever. Because the good thing about it, and why so many go in, because you're so well trained, you're disciplined, and you're not afraid to deal with death, whether it's fire, police, or whatever. But on the other hand, you're back in the war. You still. You haven't dealt with the trauma that's in your brain. You just take it to another area, and that's why we see so much divorce and suicide in those ranks.
It says here that 50,000 vets go to bed homeless.
Oh, there's more than that. They give you that number. They do a one-day count to tell you how many they are. I could take you to 18 sites just in this county that they would never go to because you can't count the homeless. And that homeless is another issue. I'm almost going to write a book like you did. By the way, I loved your book.
Thank you.
But it's impossible. This is such a complicated problem. We even talk about homeless people in general, but vets mixed in there. If you don't know where they are, and then you don't know what to do. They keep throwing hundreds of $millions. It never gets to the streets, and they don't understand the streets, and they're afraid of the streets. It was the same problem when I did my report in 71 to the VA when they brought me in to assess it. I said, the VA's afraid of us. How can you help somebody when you're afraid of them?
And there's
that simple.
There's money in bureaucracy too. It's a lot of these guys are getting paid a lot of money to not solve a problem.
Well, in the VA system, at least when I served 17 years in that system, you can't fire anybody. It needs to operate like Apple and Amazon in the sense that you want the best and you service the client, whatever your product is. And in veterans work, it's the veteran should be the best.
Yeah.
And you're getting almost $200 billion a year to do something. Give me 200. Give me 20 million. I mean, we operate less than 1 million, and we cover the whole country. All veterans are families and kids, and we're constantly handing off. I mean, my main communication is through folks like you that say, "Hey, this is an important issue," regardless if you're a 5%er. But we need more. We need help from Americans. We're not.
What's a 5%er? What is that?
Those are people that in that bracket of 5%. Most of the country's in the 95%. You know, you can't get a job. You got to work 3 jobs to feed your kids. Put gas in your car here in L.A. You know what I'm talking about.
888-742-3345. We're opening up the phone lines to vets, family members of vets,
mothers, fathers, brothers, girlfriends,
all that. You help me out.
I love you. I love you. You know, it's called payback. You know, that's one thing about a veteran. We should play off that. You know, that's why so many go in the fire and police, because you're going into harm's way, and it's a buddy system. You help my cause. I'll help you. I got your back.
What did you notice between the difference between the vets that came from these wars in the Middle East as opposed to the vets from Nam?
There's some differences, but similarity. I mean, trauma, killing, and the aftermath, what it does to the brain, is standard from the Greek wars all the way up to now. We had to fight the war coming home, but what they fought, 2 things: multiple tours. I can't imagine doing more than 1 tour now. I mean, I've got guys working for me who've done 2, 3, and 4 tours, and there are many others because they have nothing else to do. They can't integrate into society, so they go back in. At least they got their unit, they got camaraderie, but their job is to go fight, kill, protect each other. The opportunity of 2008 rolled around and the market crashed. There's hardly any jobs, decent jobs. These guys are well trained. They come back, and actually everything works against them now. Now we know about PTSD. The signature wound in the war is traumatic brain injury because of the type of war it is. The symptoms are almost parallel to PTSD. Whether you have a physical injury to the brain or an emotional injury, it alters the brain. And people don't understand that. Now employers are afraid. They find out, well, you were in the war, you must have PTSD, you must have traumatic brain injury. Not today.
They don't want.
Not today. They don't want. They have all these illusions because they fear anything that's not normal. You know, it's like these guys could be dangerous, and these women. I mean, military sexual trauma is the other big issue. I mean, they decided to integrate women into the combat zone, and now the big problem is sexual harassment, rape, pillage, plunder, whatever. It's now big. They never planned for that. They never planned for that. And I've had 2 women. One was married to an Afghan vet, and another one that served in the Army. And we got the whole country calling us. Everybody knows it. They talk about military sexual trauma, but no one's in place to deal with it. It's like you coming to me and saying, look, I got heart disease. Yeah. And I tell you come to me, I'm your doctor, I say, hey, Jude, you got heart disease. And you go, wow, really? What are we going to do? No, I'm just here to tell you what you got. Bye. You're coming to me because you got a problem. I identify it, but you expect me to do something about it. You're coming to me. That's my job, is to help you overcome whatever you have, whether it's a heart disease or trauma or whatever. I mean, that's to be expected.
Phone line's full. Let's go. Let's go.
Rock.
David served in the Army from Huntsville, Alabama. Go ahead, Dave.
Hey, what's going on, Jude? What's going on, Mr. Meshad?
Hey, Bama, how you doing?
Good. Was calling in because, we're talking about PTSD, TBI, and all that stuff. And I go to the VA, and they pretty much like, hey, how's your medication going? That's it. All right, here's some more, and keep going. I'll go in there, and I want to talk about my issues, and I want to get help, but it just seems like, all right, you're just another number. Keep it moving.
You are. And unfortunately, it's sad. Bama, I've been fighting that. I'm from Bama, by the way, in Birmingham years ago, 50 or so years ago. But the problem is that that's how they treat PTSD. Now, I can understand medication when somebody is full-blown PTSD. I'm one of the pioneers, by the way, in PTSD in the 70s. We helped define it. It was a big part of that. And the fact is that medication is not the cure-all or whatever. It can help you, but what I'm seeing with a lot of the individuals, at least here in L.A., 11, 12, 13 different medications for sleep, for anxiety, for depression. It's almost like you're experimental. You're not a robot. You're a human person. And the Treatment is for you to get back on your feet and get into the world and be a civilian, and that's not treatment to me. And I'm not totally against meds, but it's not the form of treatment. It shouldn't be, and that's what's easy for the VA and psychiatrists for them to do. You need to be in a rap group with combat vets if you're a combat vet or something. The closer you can get to people that understand what you're going through, and there's a lot of different modalities. I use a different modality than I used 20 years ago. Jude can tell you about it. That's a whole nother show. But there are new modalities, but it's not shared. It's not the old procedures from the 50s and 60s. We've moved on.
NVF.org is... you can call up there, and they could help you.
Just call us.
Just give them a call.
888-777-4443, and you can always get it through Jude and the company here.
NVF.org. All right. Good luck to you, David. Alex.
Hey, how you doing?
Go ahead, man.
We're good.
All right, so I just cut it on now. I was in agreement with you from the beginning why a lot of vets don't go to the VA, because when I was a young airman in the Air Force, I was told don't go to mental health because you can lose your clearance, you can lose your weapons, you can lose your livelihood in the military if you go talk to mental health.
Exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So
it's a catch-22.
Yep.
So what did you decide to do, Alex?
I had no choice. When I got back from my second deployment, it's a test that you take. It got red flagged, so they personally walked me over there. And at first, I didn't want to talk to them just because what I've been told. But I ended up talking to them, and I met Dr. Nesbitt from Holloman Air Force Base. She was the best mental health therapist that I had while I was stationed there.
Lucky guy. God bless you.
There you go, man. I'm glad it worked out for you. Let's go to Sonny. Sonny.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Hey, yo. So my question is, I got a neighbor that's a vet, has do some program called Road Home or Home Road.
Okay.
It takes place at Rush University in Chicago. Him and his wife are trying to be an advocate for me to get into this program. I don't know if it's a pilot program or a guinea pig where they poke and prod you with acupuncture, yoga, and bullshit like that. I don't know. I'm in a situation in my life where I'm improving. I've been voluntold to get out of the Army after 2 combat deployments, 2 DUIs, been thrown in jail, and I feel like the Army would rather disassociate themselves than to help a brother who's been down on his luck. So what is your knowledge about this program called Home Road or Home Road? I don't know a lot about myself. I was just introduced to it yesterday. They came to my house.
Listen, it sounds alternative. There's all kinds of things, meditation, acupuncture, whatever. There are a lot of modalities, and I would try them. There's no side effects to those. And I'm not saying it's the cure-all once again, but give it a shot because you don't have a lot of options. And you've done a couple of combat tours, so I'm sure you've got some symptoms, PTSD. I'm not here diagnosing you with PTSD, but they're symptoms. We all have some symptoms when we come home from war. And just ride with it. And if you have any problems or need to talk, call the foundation. Our toll-free number, 888-777-4443. We got several combat vets that are on my team.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, sir.
Appreciate you. Welcome home.
Oh, thank you, sir. Hey, Jude.
Yo.
Just got done with the chapter where you ate a baby. Funny shit.
Yeah.
What a book.
I have PTSD off that.
I see y'all.
All right. Dan in Massachusetts.
Hey, what's going on? I just wanted to talk about the process and when military members are getting out the service. I served in the Army, and, you get to DD-214, it's like your golden ticket, basically. You get out, but nothing's really done for you after the fact. You're kind of set back into society, and you got to get in line with the rest of the guys. You got to figure it out for yourself. You go to the VA, and they kind of just, you like they said a couple callers ago, you're just a number. And you don't really get, something tailored to you. We got all these people donating money to causes, and NFL, they're making trillions of dollars, and they want to salute the service. But what are they really doing for veterans? Are you just holding a flag and, wearing, camo colors for a few months out the year, or are you actually putting some of that money into use and allowing programs to be developed for these veterans to actually, integrate back into society better? It's time we put some of that money to work and stop making it just a cliched thing to do during Memorial Day and make a Facebook status, and let's actually real action.
Yeah, I'm right with you. This is Shad. I mean, there's so much smoke and mirrors, and we've been really embarrassed with some of the larger, I won't mention their names, foundations that are raising millions and millions of dollars.
That's blood money, bro.
We operate less than $1 million. We cover the whole country. We got a 32-year history. I got a 47-year history. But I hear you, and you become a number. There's no good transition programs, and I've testified in Congress about the military. They need to take 3 to 6 months transitioning you guys out, and people on the outside coming in to help you walk out of there into a new world.
What was the hardest thing for you, Dan? Like, what did you find the hardest?
I felt like finding the hardest is they was so quick to want to get their equipment back and get you out. But when you get back, it's like they give you little resume classes. But it's really hard to. They should teach us how to break the habit of only thinking military, because the military language and how you interact and conduct yourself isn't universal amongst regular civilians. So it kind of puts the civilians at ease. I mean, on the fence a little bit. You come in there really stern and you like things done a certain way, and it doesn't really work like that in the real world. Everybody works at their own speed, their own pace, and we're not really ready for that. We're ready for everything to be like dress right, ready to go. I work for a nonprofit for veterans, so I mean, I'm trying to lead the charge, and my agency's trying to lead the charge, but there's only so many of us out there to kind of help these guys and guide them into new jobs and get them the services they need.
That's kind of interesting.
And we just try what we can do in Massachusetts.
God bless you. I'm glad you're out there. And you need any advice or counsel or discussion, you can call the foundation, ask for me or anybody on the team. We need to come together because it's a monster problem. Everything you said, I've talked about even in Congress, and I lecture about that. There's just no transition. They train you to become a decorated hero, war fighter, you're a trained killer, and you come out, next thing you know, you're in Disneyland. What do you do in Disneyland?
Yeah.
What do you do in Disneyland? All you're thinking about is you're seeing flashbacks of what really changed your life, and Disneyland is just smoke and mirrors.
Let's go to Audi in Chicago.
Hey, how's it going? I'm a firefighter in Chicago, and when I got out, that's the first thing I went for was police and firefighting because of the brotherhood.
I understand it.
Did it help you?
It did.
All right.
It did, because there's a lot of veterans out there. The only problem is that everyone that I got out with, they're trying to be cops or firefighters, and it's so hard. And a lot of them, I had 2 friends commit suicide because it's just hard when you get out.
It's a major transition. People, only we know how hard that is to cross the line from a war zone into Disneyland. It's just night and day.
Right. Yep. And they just couldn't cope with the stresses of.
Yeah, thank God you got in.
Caring.
Thank God you're one of the lucky ones that got in. But if you have any issues with what you did in the service, you need to get that treated, regardless of the unit you're in or whatever. I can tell you that because I've worked with fire, police, EMS. I've worked with them in trauma counseling or whatever. So just make sure you're clean up there.
Heather from Philly. Heather.
Yes. Hi.
You're on.
Yes. Hi. So I just wanted to discuss what you said about, the VA system. It's very broken, and I know from experience coming out and getting diagnosed with PTSD, it took me 6 months just to get an appointment with my primary care provider. And, once I actually seen her, got an appointment and sat down, I felt rushed the whole time. And like you said, I was an experiment. She just gave me 5 prescriptions right off the bat and told me to start taking them. And that was for sleep, anxiety, depression, and all that stuff. So
and let me jump in too, Heather. Like what cats don't understand too is when you're going through it, one day feels like a year. So 6 fucking months of waiting to 6 months is like infinity. Like that is like forever. Like that. Someone's like, oh, it's half a year. Like half a year if you're doing okay. If you're in it, if you're fucking struggling, 6 months is a long fucking time, man.
Yep, it is. And, and that's just how overcrowded they are. And I literally had to call somebody. I called the suicide hotline at the VA center and said, I need help. I need to see somebody now. And that's when, like, the next day they, had someone contact me or whatever. But, yeah, they definitely need to get their shit together.
888-777-4443 is this is Shad's. This is Shad's
My
foundation,
life. My
National
life.
Veterans Foundation, and like the phone lines are full because we have so many motherfuckers that serve that listen to this show. So I just just once a year we do this shit. So there you go, like once a fucking year. Call up right now, 888-742-3345. Ray in Arizona. Go ahead, Ray.
Hey, what's going on there? I want to talk about the transition of vets getting out and actually getting jobs, the percentage of you do all this military training, you have all these tools, you have all these training, you go to all these classes, and when it's time to transfer into the civilian world, you're not qualified, or you're overqualified, you're underqualified, you don't have the education to get the right kind of job or to sustain the lifestyle that you had when you was in the military and getting out. What are we doing to help those vets to find jobs? That's the most important part, to help vets find jobs.
You're so right. I've told people about my foundation. I hope you got the number from Jude, but about almost 70% of our calls are about employment, even though we run a crisis in information. And the information is, I can't get a job, and either I'm underqualified, overqualified, do I go back, do I get the GI Bill, and then there are no jobs when you graduate, and it may take you 6 years, and all the craziness that goes on. But, I'm doing my part. Like I said, I can't answer the big question. There's stuff going on, like I said earlier, with one of the best programs in the country. They're shutting down and already closing it down now. It doesn't make any sense. And it seems like we're fighting another war, the war of integrating back. And it seems like particularly the big bureaucracies like the VA are not doing anything. In the DOD, the Department of Military, should be really preparing you guys or all of the people coming out as to what the real world really is. And it's definitely in Disneyland, and you know that.
Reno in Atlanta. Go ahead, Reno.
So my biggest issue with the VA was when I first got out, I didn't think I had PTSD because I was around my brothers all the time, my soldiers and all that. So we all fought a lot and everything. When I became a civilian, I realized there's something wrong with me. I don't think the way these guys think. So I went to the VA to get some help. And I saw in 6 months 5 different doctors. Every time I would go, I would have to explain everything all over again and start from the beginning. It just got to the point I got tired and stopped going, and I started going to see civilians to try to help myself.
Well, thank God. Hopefully you could afford to do that, and you did the right thing, because this is nothing to play around with. PTSD can take you out, depending on the level of PTSD you have and how many symptoms of it. But that's the big problem. We hear this all day. I've been doing this at least on our hotline 32 years, and the main thing is the inconsistency of treatment. It'd be like changing your GP doctor every other month or whatever. You want someone that knows your situation so you can help improve it. You don't want to have to start over every time. I totally get it, and I wish I had the power to fix it.
All right, 888-777-4443 is the lifeline for vets if you got any questions or anything like that. We're going to play one song, come back, take some more phone calls, finish it up with Shad, National Veterans Foundation, NVF.org. This is for the vets and for the people that, have veterans that are loved ones. 888-742-3345 is our number if you want to call up. And if you need help from them, it's 888-777-4443. All right, we'll be back. All right, man, I got Shad here, NVF.org, National Veterans Foundation. 22 vets a day commit suicide. Over 50,000 veterans are homeless at any given night. It's just crazy, man. 1 in 5 Iraq and Afghanistan vets suffer from traumatic brain injury. Like, these numbers are fucking nuts, man. Underrepresented, and all this money's getting dumped into it, and it is. I feel like administrators are making a lot of money off of it, and it's fucking. The phone lines are full, and it's like story after story after story of these guys or something. They're being a block, and they're just not getting the help. This one's an interesting one. Brandon.
Hey, gentlemen.
What's up, man? Ex-Marine. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, Shad. So I went to go sign up just to go get my benefit, but it was about 10 years after I got my DD-214 and got released, honorable discharge, and they told me I made too much money to sign up and even get evaluated.
That is so poor. You get your evaluation, even if you have to go outside, if you can afford to get a PTSD evaluation by a respectable mental health person, psychologist, social worker, psychiatrist, and get it and get a good VSO. That's what most veterans don't know. Your VSO is your rep, your veteran service officer. Find a good one. That's the tough thing. It's like shopping for a doctor, shopping for anything. Get a good one to go in there and kick ass for you because they know the language. They know how to set it up or whatever. You paid your dues. You should be reimbursed mentally and physically. And I'd fight to go ahead.
Is a VSO is that something that I ask for from
No,
VA?
no. Veteran service officer. You can go to the American Legion.
Okay.
With any of the big organizations, they have VSOs. If you have a problem, you call my office, 888-777-4443. Let them know what city area you're in. We'll find you one.
Okay. All right. Very good.
You fight the battle with the club, because you're getting false information. Okay.
Okay. I understand. All right. I appreciate it.
Welcome home, GI.
We got Daniel in Missouri. Go ahead, Daniel.
Hey, Would Jude Do, Shad, what's going on?
Go ahead, bro.
So, my biggest thing that I'm hearing, there's plenty of programs that I was able to use. I'm retired Marine Corps. And so, getting out on my exit, I was set up with all kinds of programs and people to talk to and through the VA. I think one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of vets are making is they carry that pride with them out the door, and it's hard to go and talk to a doctor, and just explain, certain things that you have going on in your head. But once they get that stuff on paper, you're set. But like the last caller I just heard, he was saying 10 years, he got out 10 years ago. And not to take away from anything that he was saying, of course not, because we all know, as vets, it's definitely real. But I think there's a stigma out there, and I heard you guys talking about it earlier before, but, people just got to take care of that business, on their way out the door. Because, they'll sit there with the signs and point you in the right directions, but, initially, in the end, it's up to us to go ahead and take that last step in the right direction.
I hear what you're saying. We get calls all the time, and we tell them, they love because we interact with them, but we're not the VA. That's where their rating comes from, their disability. They have to go through it, but we help them walk through it. That's the one thing, because everybody comes out different, And you might have just I don't know what your rank was.
Yeah, you might have got a good doctor. You might have lucked up. You might have, some people got better luck than others. There's a lot of different things.
Absolutely, for sure. And I'll tell you, and there is a big change going on through the VA because, they got hit hard. Was it like 2 years ago? I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but I got family that works for the VA. And I'm talking about from the top down, they just started rolling people out the door because they had claims, VA claims sitting on their desk for years and years, and these people are waiting. And so I got family members that are in there approving these same cases. And like my sister, she just got this one lady $500,000 for a case that the lady had been waiting on for like 13 years. And so, like I said, when you go and you talk to the people on the way out the door, like me, when I got out, I just wanted to get out and be done with it.
Yeah, but even you saying that you had family in the VA, like it kind of you already have more connections than most of the other people.
Don't get. I got more insight.
That's more.
it is.
You got that's kind of like
That's what we try to give them, the foundation. We try to give them insight and tell them. And examples like you, we utilize and say, hey, you got to just bear with it. You got to endure it. You have to get through it. I don't care how long you waited. You deserve those benefits.
Let's go to, we haven't talked to a woman in a second. Tasheen. Or Tishan.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's Keisha.
Oh.
I'm calling from Florida right now. I started at the Detroit VA, and I had to leave there and move to Florida because the service was horrible. And I also got a job down here at the Florida VA in the mental health, specifically substance abuse. Now, what I see a lot in the VA system is, they do treat everybody the same. Now, for the substance abuse veterans, they don't treat why they are that way. They just shove the drugs down their throat. And 9 out of 10 veterans that have PTSD are on the same medication. Everybody gets treated the same. But they don't treat why the veterans got that way. They just want to treat them with pills and send them on their way. And also, we don't have a lot of resources for female veterans. By working in the substance abuse, I saw, half of our patients were homeless, and they were able to stay at, the Salvation Army or like another home while they came for their treatment. But there's nothing available for the females. They almost have to go stand in a line at a homeless shelter, pretend they're a battered woman just to get a home for the night.
Well, you're so correct. We have a women outreach program at the foundation, and I know Jude has given you the number, and we can address that. But women, particularly with military sexual trauma or whatever, had bad experiences in the military, don't want to walk into an all-male VA because when you walk in, 99% are males, and that's what they identify with as the perpetrator. Not that that's fair or whatever, but they've been traumatized. And so it's another huge hole in the VA process of really addressing it. There are programs in different areas, but it should be everywhere. It's like McDonald's is everywhere. The fries taste the same everywhere. Tupelo, Fairfield, Connecticut, it doesn't matter. And that's how the VA should be, and they should have these services. If you're going to put women in harm's way, be able to treat whatever they're dealing with. The same with the men. It's just an ongoing epidemic of not being addressed and just feeding people drugs. That's not treatment.
Hey, Dave in L.A. Go ahead, Dave.
Hey, how you doing, Jude?
Good.
Well, no, I was over here listening to how some of these veterans were coming out, and they were saying that they couldn't find jobs and that they were overqualified. They were getting stuck doing the dead-end jobs like flipping burgers and shit. But I'm an apprentice over here in Los Angeles for IBW Local 11, and we have a program that specializes in hiring veterans with good-paying jobs here in L.A.
That's good to know.
We're looking for you. You get a hold of my foundation and let us put you on our website, okay?
Oh, for sure. There's a gentleman. His name is Mike Kufchik. He's a sergeant. He's the one who does all the hiring, and it's a really good opportunity for vets when they're coming out to get back into society and get a really good-paying job. It's an apprenticeship the last 5 years. They start you off at about $16 an hour. You work, you go to school, you work, you go to school, you get paid as you work. And after 5 years, you journey out as a journeyman making over $40 an hour. And that's take home, not including your benefits packages, which go up to $80 an hour.
Well, hit them up and let them know so that they have that information.
We need that info, okay?
Let's go to JL in Texas.
Yeah, I was calling because it was kind of sad whenever I got out, man. The first thing that happened in a job interview, they said, how many tours have you done out and overseas? And then the first thing they said was, between me and you, what do you think? Are you able to work with people? Because right now I don't think you're a good fit. Depending on how many combat tours that you saw overseas, you're just going to be the person, but you have some type of qualifications, but you don't have what we actually need in the office. And then somebody else told me during a job interview, oh, you should be respected by the government. You should be given the highest respect. And whenever I came out, the hardest thing for me to do was transition and try to get that job. I was going from job to job interview, and that's the biggest thing they always said was what the prior guy said. He said, oh, you're overqualified, or we don't think that you're a good fit for the environment. And it would always be a negative eye when they looked at us, or they looked at me, because they were so concerned about a veteran being in a work environment, but they said that I was going to be hostile, that I was going to be that type of person, snappy. And they said that I had a few of them come up to me and say, "Oh, you didn't get the job because you look too straightforward and you look too blunt." And I disagree with that because they didn't even give me a chance. And I had somebody else tell me, "Oh, we're hiring right now. You'll be a tax write-off because if we hired a veteran, we could write them off on tax write-offs. You'd be a good fit." And I disagree with that too because they should look into the qualities that somebody's bringing to a job.
Well, I think you got written off a long time ago.
There you go. Oh, we got time for. Damn, I was going to go to that person that just hung up. What's your view on medical marijuana?
You talking to me?
Yeah, you.
Hey, there's all the research is looking like it's been well received. It really seems to be helping. I know many of them that call in, many of the combat vets that call in are on medical marijuana, and they've really pulled them off all of them. 5, 6, 7, 8 of the opioids and medication given at the VA. So it really looks positive. I think it's great. I know it's a struggle getting it so controversial, but it's just one of those old things. I mean, it really seems to have a lot of benefits for warfighters.
Mike, go ahead. Mike,
yeah, thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks for taking my call. And I want to say thank you for everyone that has called in that served our country. And the reason for my call is because my mom's a veteran from the Navy, and she's currently passing away. Hospice was watching over her right now. We're by her bedside. She has her Navy cap by her bed. And I'm curious to know if there's any resources, any programs, during this time and even afterwards, after she passes, that I need to be aware of or I should make sure I'm doing to make sure she gets honored, respectfully.
You just call the foundation, let them know the situation, and we'll explore it. Not a problem.
Okay.
We get those kind of calls all the time.
Mike in San Diego.
Yeah, what's up, man? I'm calling because I'm currently going through treatment for PTSD, depression, and things like that. And my current, I'm in active duty Navy, and I'm having a hard time getting the orders because I did the right thing and I spoke up. And now it's like I did the wrong thing because now I can't go anywhere. So I'm kind of forced to get out the military after 10 years for combat deployment.
What's your first name again?
Mike.
Mike, you got to do what's best for you. If you've got PTSD and issues, regardless, you got to get help. And if that's going to be
going through my treatment, I'm going through my treatment. I quit drinking totally, cold turkey. I quit drinking. And I got a family, and I was worried about losing them, but now, I'm gonna lose my benefits when I wasn't ready to. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm gonna have to force myself to be ready to do that when I was supposed to have 10 more years of easy duty. The military is a very easy job if you allow it to be. And I love what I do, but now I can't do it no more.
Is that a fact? Have they told you they're washing? Are they asking you to? Are they giving you a discharge or what? What's going on? There's a lot of factors.
So right now, I'm in the process of, I was screening for orders to a ship. They're telling me, oh, the ship doesn't want me. The ship denied me. So now it's with the detailers, and they're trying to make a final determination, which they're not going to go against the command. So right now, I'm up to re-enlist in November. I have to re-enlist by November. So with that being said, I got to go back to a medical facility to get screened to re-enlist. And they're going to deny me again because I have this on my record.
Well, don't assume that. Get some legal advice, even if you have to go to a JAG officer or somebody, but get legal advice. It's not necessarily that way. They're just bigger than you, and it's kind of like intimidating you. But you have rights. We can't discuss this here, but you need to get legal rights on this and fight this legally, okay?
All right, so Shad, this is obviously a problem. We could do this for forever. Lifeline for Vets, National Veterans Foundation, NVF.org. If you have any questions, go call 888-777-4443. Shad, thank you for coming in and talking like the phone, like the phone lines are just so full. We couldn't even.
But, you got our number out or whatever. I mean, that's a start. They got to start somewhere. And I heard that throughout several of the responses. They don't know what to do, what to get off, what they're fighting. They're fighting so many. Some of them they're just fighting ghosts. And it's very important that a program like this gets it out and lets them know there's hope out there.
Thanks again, Shad. And thanks to everybody who served.
Welcome home, everybody. Thank you, Jude.
All right, let's go.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
Oh, it's self-help day today, isn't it? Well, you having some more problems that aren't military related? Because I can't help you with that. I'm stuck. I can help you with love life. I can help you with jobs. I can help you with your parents. I want you to pick up the phone right now, 888-742-3345, 888-742-3345. I want you to call up and talk to a life coach. That's me, Jude Anthony Angelini, coaching lives like Chuck Daly. I'm here for you. No problem's too big, no problem's too small. 888-742-3345. It's What Would Jude Do? It's coming up next.
It's like a ray of light, beaming down knowledge from the heavens above.
What would you do? Need advice? Call us up right now. 888-SHADE-45. What would you do?
On Shade 45.
Shade 45, you got a problem? You need to talk to somebody? I got your back. Let's go to Aaron in Jacksonville. What's your problem?
Hey, what up, Jude? How's it going, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Aaron, man. Hey, listen, I got a girl I've been messing with for about 5-6 months. We've been kicking it strong. Sex is great. Everyone's enjoying that. But she always brings up this zodiac issue. She's like, we're not compatible according to the zodiac sign. I don't really know if I believe in all of that. I've tested it out. I've read some of her books, and it actually says that we're not. But I try to downplay it.
What is she and what are you? I'm just curious.
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, yeah.
She's
You're
a Sagittarius. The book says run when those two signs meet. So
yeah, but look, Pete Game. Here you can even try it. There's a couple different things you can do. You can take it to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Get her find out when she was born, time and date,
mm-hmm.
where she was born, and get that motherfucking rising sign, and then get yours, and then you can get the complete fucking thing. You can go dive deeper down the hole because it might, once you add the moon, the ascending sign, y'all might be compatible. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
And then even if you're still not, just be like, look, girl, I really feel a certain way about you. I'll make this shit work no matter what. The problem with astrology is yo, man, it's like you're not going to make them unbelieve that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like religion. Yeah. But if you keep showing up, then it's not like she ain't break up with you yet.
Nah. Is she still there?
Yeah, she's still there. So yo, I would try. Since she's so into astrology, take it one step further, and maybe there's something in there that'll be like, actually, you are compatible. And if that shit don't work, and they got that shit all online, my whole family's a bunch of fucking hippies. I know everybody. You tell me a birthday, I'll tell you the astrological sign. I'm familiar with this shit. So. Worst case scenario is you'll still not be fucking compatible. Then you be like, look, girl, we're going to make it work no matter what. Because that's how I feel about you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I've been just taking a real subtle approach. Everything that it says that I do that is not compatible with her, I don't do that shit. I'm just real smooth, really. And I mean, we've been getting along, but she always brings it up yeah, I don't know if this is going to work. We're really not compatible. The sex is good, but we're not compatible. So I'm
look, man, just tell her, just be like this. Sit her down and be like, look, I know that you feel like we're not compatible, but can you please not tell that to me anymore? Would you do me the favor to just not say that anymore? Because it makes me feel insecure in our relationship.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
And then be like, and then if and when we do break up, you can throw it in my face all you want.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, man. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Peace.
Right. Peace.
Sounded like a Capricorn. It's weird, man. It's like I don't believe that shit, but I do believe that shit. I don't never fuck with Capricorn girls. Brady and the Natty, what up, man?
What's going on, Jude?
You got it. What's your problem?
All right, so I got custody of my daughter. I've had custody of her for 8 years, and I put her mother on child support about 5 years ago. Now, she's fighting tooth and nail to get me to take her off child support. Kind of wondering what you would do.
Here's the deal, man. Do you need it? Do you need the money?
Not really, man. Not
All right,
really.
so if you don't need the money, and it's just causing you stress, I get it. Like you want her to pay.
Yeah, I can't stand the bitch. She had me on child support for 2 years. My shit was
okay. You got
$560.
I know.
A month.
What is she paying?
$120 a month, and she don't pay it.
Look, here's the deal, man. She might get locked up for not paying child support. So do you want? And you don't need the 120 ain't shit. So do you want your kid's mom to be in and out of jail off of this dumb shit?
She hasn't seen her in 2 years.
Even so, look,
she's on
man,
them perks real bad.
All right, look, man. Like this is what I would do if I was you, Brady. I would be a bigger person. You fucking beat the odds and got custody of your child. Custody goes to women 80% of the time. So you are in the 20. You are in the 20 percentile. These are facts. So you beat the odds. And what do you want to do? You just want to rub it in, get $100 a month more? What the fuck are you going to do with that? Pay your cell phone bill? Sounds like it's too much. Sounds like a bunch of fucking agita. Yeah, sure, I get it. You were hurt by this woman. It didn't work out. But don't use the child support as a weapon against her. Like it's not going to do you or her or the kid any good. You don't even need the fucking money. And don't get caught up on principles. Fuck it, dude. You just have a fucking easier life without fucking arguing with your ex.
True.
If someone was like, you have to argue with somebody 3 times a month for $100, I wouldn't do it.
I mean, I don't never hear from her. Unless she's got to go to court for whatever she's done. I mean,
even if someone's like, you got to go to court every now and like for $100, fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
Look, man, you're mad about other shit and you're taking it out through here. Admit it.
Yeah, you're right.
This is your one feeling of control.
Ran me through the ringer with child support.
I know, fuck her. Yeah, I know, she got you.
And everything else.
I know, but life ain't fair. That's how it goes. You got the kid.
Damn right.
You got the fucking kid. You're raising your daughter. That's what matters.
Yep.
You're not focusing on what really matters, dude. Quit being petty. Bye. Joe.
Yep.
What's up, man?
What up, man?
All right.
Hear me?
Yeah, man. Fuck it. Vince.
Yo. Thanks for taking my call, Jude.
You got it. What's your problem?
So I've been at this company for like 5 years now. I started, on the bottom tier of the level, just doing production. I worked my way up into sales. And in the last 6 months, my job position kind of changed a bit. And I'm really good at my job now, but I hate it. I can't stand it. So I'm just kind of at a point where I'm trying to decide, do I try and move on to a different career or do I stick it out? I mean, it's only been 6 months in this position, but I knew I wasn't going to like it going in, and it's only gotten worse. So, I mean, what would you do? I think you've switched positions in your career a few times. What might you do?
So you don't like what you're doing?
I I don't like the environment that I'm in. Basically, it's inside sales. I mean, I talk to customers. I know the product well, but I can't stand the people that I sit around. I can't stand the environment, period. But the impasse for me is that, like, I'm at a point in my career where I've never done better. I don't have a college degree.
So you're making a bunch of money, and you just... Can you go...
I'm scared about the risk.
Is there another company that you could go to?
Yeah, there's a few.
All right, put out your feelers, one. Put out your feelers. Two, I think they got some shit like if they change your job, if they hire you for one thing and then change your job, you got certain rights. So look into that.
Okay. Well, I'm not on a contract or anything, though.
I don't know. Yeah, just look into that. You might I'm not like a job expert. But if they hire you for one thing and then if they hire you for one thing and then they switch you over here and this is not what you were hired to do, then you might be able to at least get laid off with some fucking pay.
Hell yeah, it's at least worth looking into.
Yeah, or you can even try. It's a sales job, right?
Yeah.
So you just got to be on the phone.
On the phone, and I do travel a little bit, so I do have to be in front of people.
Why don't you just see about working from the crib?
From this company, it's not an option. So, I mean, are you saying like, spread my options out elsewhere, see if I could do that?
You said that you just didn't like working around the people that you're working around, so I would try to maybe move. That might be an easy solution.
Yeah.
And if not, go find something else.
Same type of job, just try and find a different environment, different people.
Yeah, sure. I feel like maybe no one understands what the fuck I'm saying today. Maggie in Kansas City.
Hey.
What's up? What's your problem?
So me and my ex-boyfriend have been thinking about getting back together. We've been hanging out for a short while, but he's got this new best female friend that he knows definitely likes him. So I'm like, it's just weird. He invites us to the same places, and I'm like, what is he trying to do if he knows we both like him?
All right,
What's the point?
All right. So this is a real easy one.
Shoot.
You tell him, look, if we're gonna get back together, you need to lose her.
Even if she's not pretty and stuff.
It doesn't fucking matter.
I know.
You ain't got no backbone?
As long as
you ain't got no motherfucking backbone? Tell that yo, dog, if I'm trying to get back with my chick and there's some fucking dude lurking, I'm like, yo, before we do anything, y'all can't be friends no more.
Yeah.
That's grown up shit.
Easy one, I guess.
That's grown up shit, man. That mother. Yeah, my fucking action. Men and women, they can be friends, but y'all don't need to. If it was like his throwback homie from high school or some shit that didn't like him. Yeah, this is some new broad that likes him. Nah.
For sure.
And if he's not reasonable about this, then that tells you what you're up against.
That's true.
Just be very reasonable. Look, man, I don't feel comfortable with this girl. I don't ask you for much. I would feel better if you're not friends. Could you, if we are going to get back together, I want you to sever ties with this woman.
Yeah. And it sucks. They have business things together that they've invested in, so it's just fucking probably just not the right time then. All right, man. Thank you very much.
All right. Seth.
Yo.
What's your problem?
Hey, man. All right. Cut to the chase. Girlfriend's a hoarder. Been with her for 4 years. When I try and touch her shit, she gets mad. Pretty pissed off.
I don't know what to do with that shit. That's a mental problem. That's fucking. Well, they got TV shows about this shit. I don't know what to do with hoarders.
I know. She's not that bad, but I know that if I didn't battle with her on a almost daily basis, trying to, steal this stuff, throw it in the garbage, or fucking...
What are some of the things she hoards?
Okay. clothing, receipts, paper. Clothing's a real big one. Like, she just doesn't fucking get rid of it at all. No gross or nasty stuff. Really, it's just fucking clothing and, hobbies. She starts up a hobby like snowboarding or sewing or crochet, and then she doesn't fucking finish it.
So you just got like fucking yarn and snowboards all over the crib?
2 snowboards, probably like 50 fucking balls of yarn.
I don't know how. You guys might need a shrink on this one. I don't know how to fucking deal with hoarders. I really don't.
No?
Like, that's some like weird mental block. Like that's some weird. That's like I don't know how to deal with a fucking hoarder. I don't.
It's weird though.
I know it's fucking weird, and you got legitimate complaint. But
I battle with her daily basis, man.
Y'all need to go talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is beyond me.
Fair enough.
There you go. Good luck.
Thanks, Jude.
Sorry about the balls of yarn. All right, that was What Would You Do?
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
Houston, Texas. I'm going to be there May 19th. That is this Saturday, 6 p.m. Brazos, BRA, something shit like that. Fucking blew it. He fucking shit the bed. May 19th. BRAZOS, Brazos. May 19th. Come fuck with me. 6 p.m. Houston. Show up. I'll be there. Hey, you want to win some tickets? Bodega Bams, J Grams. Oh, God, smoke this. Disha? No, you guys just leave me out there all the fucking time.
What is it?
Smoke DZA.
I like your interpretation.
Oh my God. Every fucking time you guys do me like this. Anyway. Money in the Bank North American Tour. Monday, May 21st. Pike Room in Pontiac, Michigan. All ages show. Five pairs of tickets we're giving away. Call up right now, 888-742-3345. Come fuck with me. Well, I'm not going to be there, but just come fuck with them. That's Monday. Call up right now. Pontiac, Michigan. Did you miss any of the show? Go to Sirius.com/on-demand. Listen on demand. A la carte. All Out Show. Search for that. You can listen on your fucking computer phone. Or on your computer. It'd be nice if we figured out how to say fucking people's names before I went on the air.
That would be optimal.
There's 3 fucking producers. Just throwing it out there, guys.
I'm going to go with the RZA connection. Probably Dizza. Right?
All right, man.
All right, never mind.
I'm going to depend on you for fucking rap pronunciations. Whatever. Doesn't matter. If he's listening, don't take it as disrespect. I'm just fucking dumb, okay? I respect what you do as an artist and everything. I just don't know shit. I'm a fucking moron. And you know the phone lines are like blowing up right now to tell me the right answer. But fuck it, it's too late. It's too late. Yeah. News with John. That is coming up. He prepped for half of these news, and the other half he didn't prep for. And let me tell you something, John. I can't tell the fucking difference.
It's probably not a good thing.
Which is, to my point, you don't need to be fucking... You spend less time on the news, man. No one can tell the difference. Nobody can tell.
I can. I know.
No one else does. No one else does.
Just trying to bring my A game.
Your A game is no different than your Z game, is the whole fucking point. Doesn't even matter. All right. So News with John is coming up next. Don't go nowhere, y'all.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
And now, it's time for News from the Chin with John Z. Matthews.
Came across this list of 5 main reasons women don't enjoy sex. Put together by this Australian physiotherapist and pelvic expert.
Hey.
Her name is Heba Shahid.
All right.
But the top 5, this chronic inflammation.
Of the vagina?
Endometriosis. And
I heard about that shit before.
Have you ever encountered that in the wild?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, she could not take the dick, like, no matter what. I thought it was feeling real good. She was like, ow, 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 ow. And I was like, whoa, what is it? She was like, everything hurts. I was like, I'm not even going hard. So we had to stop.
That sucks.
Went to the doc. She had endometriosis.
Wow. And
sucked too, because like pussy felt good on my side. Like it was like, wait, are you sure? Yeah. Are you sure this doesn't feel good? You're wet.
I mean, did she shriek, or was it just like, hey, this is not?
She was like, ow, 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 and I was like, okay, like, you know, I kept trying to adjust, and it was straight ows. So we stopped clearly and had a conversation because I value a woman more than just for her body parts.
You're a good man.
Yes.
Now, also, according to this Heba person, intercourse can be painful if the body is struggling with hormonal changes.
Hey.
Estrogen drops, which can cause the walls of the vagina to become thinner and drier, leaving more discomfort.
That shit made me hurt just hearing about it.
There are only a couple more.
All right. I'm guessing that's for older women, maybe?
Yeah, I think you can get some sort of replacement therapy going here. Don't get old. Traumatic birth.
Die? That's it. That's your only option.
Traumatic birth. So if your vagina is really torn up, obviously that's going to be a problem.
This is such a bummer. John,
sorry.
I thought it was just gonna be like I thought it was gonna be like guy doesn't do dishes enough and they don't want to fuck you. Like I really thought I was gonna be able to soapbox like help out around the house. Like this doesn't even matter if you do the laundry. It's not gonna make her pussy walls thicker.
All right. Well, it does
all
end
the
well.
fucking laundry in the world. All right, give me another one, man. Come on.
All right, fine.
Fuck.
All right, well, there's something about organ prolapse, so avoid that.
Buddy. That's where the pussy falls out?
Yeah, can you imagine that?
John.
All right, but hang on. There's a good ending. There's a good ending. Lack of sexual stimulation. So
it is.
So they're saying here, to overcome that, the female arousal system requires about 45 minutes to reach full arousal.
Damn, fam.
45 minutes?
That's a lot of time. And I'm like, I do foreplay, but 45 minutes.
Oh, they're saying here, specifically, in most cases, attempting sex with less than 20 minutes of foreplay is a recipe for a problem.
I don't know, man. Sometimes it's hot just to be like, rah, gimme, you know. And other times you want to do the little foreplay routine.
20 minutes?
How long do you do it?
I mean, it depends.
I'm gonna just blow on it real quick with my thin lips.
Well, the recent lady, she wanted to get down to it fast, so I just skipped mine.
Yeah, you skipped your moves.
I know. My toolbox.
You didn't hit her with the jazz hands. A fucking ET finger.
Yeah, let me throw this ET finger in you. Oh, yeah, I can feel your throat. Oh.
It's just look like chopsticks. Just long and skinny.
Oh, like, oh, yeah, let me wiggle these in you, babe. Yeah, take that.
All right, so there you go.
20 minutes.
All right, you hear it, fellas. 20 minutes. Give them some attention. All that other shit, they need a doctor for.
Yeah. If your organs are falling out.
Yeah.
That's going to hurt.
Ugh.
Oh, man.
Pussy look like a plate of ham.
So there's this thing all over the internet that is just almost unavoidable. This Yanny versus Laurel audio clip.
All right, so this is like the blue dress versus is the dress green or blue or whatever, white or green or.
That was from 2015, the gold-blue dress debate that you must remember.
Yeah, I forgot where I landed on that one. I want to say blue. I'm just guessing, though. I don't remember. So what's this new one?
If you want, just turn around. What do you see? I think I see blue. There it is. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a blue.
Yeah, see?
Blue and black.
All right, but so this clip, this short audio clip of a computer-generated voice was posted on Reddit recently, and some hear Yanny, some hear Laurel, and...
All right, you going to play it for me?
I'm going to hit you with it right
All right,
now.
go ahead.
Here we go.
Laurel. Laurel. Laurel.
How do you not hear Laurel?
It's Laurel. I know. I mean, you're a freak if you hear Yanny. You're a complete freak.
I don't even... How's that even... Yanny? Did you hear Yanny?
No, I hear Laurel.
Laurel.
Yanny.
Laurel.
Did you wait? If you
Laurel.
Do it again.
Yanny.
Laurel.
Did you hear that?
Laurel.
Wow, it's amazing.
Yanny.
Laurel.
Yanny.
Laurel.
I don't know. You should go to
Laurel.
Yanny.
Sounds like you're saying yummy.
I didn't say it. It wasn't me. That was the recording.
But those freaks out there who hear Yanny, it has to do with frequency and the amount of bass that's produced by the device you're listening to, maybe. But there's no real explanation as to what's going on here. But it also depends on your ears, mechanics, and what you're expecting to hear.
I don't know, man. I heard Laurel.
Laurel. I mean, period. I don't know who these people are, these Yanny freaks.
I don't know either. I can't really call it. That is definitely Laurel. 3 for 3 in there.
Laurel.
Stop it.
Sorry.
All right, what else?
All right, well, there's a new documentary coming out with Whitney Houston.
Hey.
Involving Whitney Houston.
All right.
Some are saying they're bombshells. So if you're paying attention to Whitney Houston, this...
Bombshells? How many more bombshells? She was like a dope fiend that died in a tub, right? Like, how many more bombshells do you need?
Well, they're going to take a look at the carnival of drug use, as they put it.
All right.
Emotional woe, the dizzying highs of her journey. And
She's been through a thing, man.
I didn't realize. Okay, this I didn't know, but it looks like she had something going with her assistant. She was bisexual or something.
Hey.
All right. So here we go. We'll pick it up with some of the bombshelling. Oh shoot! Hang on.
Now you got on some old lady, Laurel. Come on, get this shit right.
All right, here we go.
I don't really need to look.
She mad at Paula Abdul.
I didn't know. That's kind of harsh.
I mean, Paula Abdul is not really known for her fucking vocals. She's like a pop singer that could dance. She can't dance better than Paula Abdul. The little number she did with the cat, the cartoon cat.
I remember that.
Was it like MC Scat Cat or some shit like that? Paula Abdul like, shit, she's singing off key on record. Like, you bitter? You Whitney Houston, no one is even trying to compare themselves to you. You're like, you're in your own class. All right, so she don't like Paula Abdul.
Yeah, there's one more thing.
All right, there's more?
There's just one more little thing. It's Epic Records CEO L.A. Reid. He seems to be in the dark on her drug use, which seems hard to believe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Sure. I don't mean to laugh. It's sad. But
it's just like, yo, man, people turn a blind eye to addiction so that they can keep fucking making money off of these people. They're like, addicted? Amy Winehouse had a drinking problem? Really? Go on tour. Make me some money. I'm not saying that was him, but I'm just saying that that's what happens. A lot of times people turn a blind eye because their money's attached to them. So therefore, like, why stop things? Just keep riding that fucking hit your wagon, that horse, and ride that motherfucker till the legs come off. Tragic. I'm gonna watch that. I'll watch that. Now give me some good news.
All right.
And now, time for good news.
There were a couple creatures down in Hawaii. They were stuck between a lava flow and a fence line. These missing dogs were rescued.
Hey.
So they've been on the run because the lava has been keeping them trapped.
I heard about this lava. I didn't know where it was at, though.
It's a huge deal, man. Here we go. This lady, she's talking about rescuing the dogs.
6 months ago, I found a home for him in Leilani Estates with a wonderful lady. And as she was being evacuated one night by firemen, they came to her house and she grabbed her one dog, but Bruce, being as terrified as he is of men, saw the firemen and took off into the forest with his little friend, Little Dude, another dog.
Dog with an underbite.
We've been looking for him for 10 days, and we just kept going back.
All right, they saved the fucking dogs. That was the good news. Let's go.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
And that was the show. Shout out to Shad, Meshad. National Veterans Foundation. If you have any problems in your vet, go to National Veterans Foundation. Google it. If you don't got a computer, I don't know what to tell you, man. Fucking go to the library or some shit. I don't know. But shout out to Shad. Shad, Meshad. We'll run the phone number right below it right now. We'll run the phone number. It'll be in the little box. Chris on the boards is on the boards. Keenan's on the phones, associate producer. Alex and John are producers. My name is Jude Anthony Angelini. Houston, I will be at Brazos May 19th, 6 p.m. to sign Hummingbird, the book I wrote. All right, that was the show. Let's go.